Go, go, go where you want. Go, go, or go where you need.
Welcome back to Space Engineers on the Xbox. This is your noob guide. Cotnex Gaming here, folks. Welcome back to another Space Engineers here. We're going to be doing a little bit more here today. We're going to get this ship off the ground. We're going to show you how to do that. And we're going to go and find ourselves a little bit of a base that we can use. Place where we can kind of place a base, right? I want to be here. I want to try to see if I can find a frozen lake. It makes it a lot easier when you're trying to kind of sustain your base. And I'll explain that as we go along. I made a fatal error here when I took this apart, and I forgot to grab the hydrogen tank. So if you look down at the bottom left, you can see my hydrogen is super low. But while we were waiting for the daytime to come along, because it took an awfully long time for night to go through, we dug up some stone, a lot of stone, to kind of build up some resources. And I only waited for daytime so that you guys can kind of see where I'm going around, and I kind of explain things. But let's get ourselves off the ground. So once you want to get into your ship, you're going to go point at the passenger seat there. You're going to hit the X button, and you're in your passenger seat. Now, typically, you would want to unlock your landing gear by pressing Y. However, you don't have to unlock the landing gear here because these are not connected right now. They're not locked to the ground. But we do have to make some changes in order to be able to take control of our ship. So what we're going to do is we're going to go hit that double square button in the middle of the controller, and we're going to go into our terminal or inventory or whatever you want to call it, and we're going to move on over to one block over here, right? So what we want to do is we want to then use the D-pad to kind of go down. You can see our O2 H2 generator is incomplete because we took it apart for those metal grids and I think it was the large steel tubes or whatever. We want to take a look at our ore detector first. So if we go over here, make sure that it's turned on, and we want to make sure that it shows on the HUD. And we also want to make sure, ore detector, there we go down and make sure the range is turned up all the way. And it's turned up to 50 meters, which is good. We'll be able to see everything around us. We're going to kind of use that as part of our landing. Make sure we find a good spot for us, right? We're going to leave that there. Go back in, my mistake. And let's go back down again. We want to go down to the remote control here, and we want to be able to take control of this, right? So we're going to go down, and when you hit control, it's going to let you take control of the ship at this point, and you'll be able to kind of fly. We're not going to do that just yet. We have to go back. We're going to take a look at the atmospheric thrusters. We do have 4 of them showing here, the ones that we built, but we don't have control of the other 2 that give us lift. So when you come up here, you have to come up and go to that little eyeball looking icon, right? And that's to show the hidden blocks. When you click on that, you'll see the hidden blocks, and now you can see the atmospheric thrusters are there. What you want to do is you want to be able to toggle those on. You're going to show them on the terminal as well. This way they're not hidden anymore. You do the same thing with these thruster 2 up. You're going to turn it on. You're going to hit the power for it, and you're going to show it on the terminal. So again, you can see this even though if you're looking at like the hidden blocks, you'll still be able to see them, right? So now they're there. You'll have full control over them. The gyroscope is here. Ore detector is on. We're going to go to remote control now. We're going to move on over one, and we're going to go down to control. Once you do that, you now have control of your ship. So if I hit the Y, like I said, you can kind of lock or unlock your landing gears. Here we don't necessarily need to do that. And then you kind of fly this the same way you would if you are doing your jetpack, right? So the A button will give you lift, right? We're going to lift up, and then the B button will bring you back down. I'll let you drop, and then you can kind of steer with the left stick, looking around with the right stick, right? We're going to kind of take a look around here. We want to get high enough up so that we can see what's going on. We can see down in the bottom right-hand corner there. Looks like we have 6 minutes worth of flight when we're hitting the thrusters, and 17 when we're not, right? So we don't have a lot of power here, so we definitely got to find something that we want to use as a landing area or a base area right away. And again, like I said, I like to kind of look around and see if I can find something of a frozen lake. I don't know if we're going to really be able to find anything here that's going to suit us. But I'm going to take a quick pan around here and try to look and see if I do see anything that looks suitable in our immediate area, and it does not look very good. I do like this valley over here though, so we're going to kind of head that way. So use the left stick to kind of thrust yourself forward at this point, and you'll see your speed going up very slowly on the left hand bottom side there. You'll see the ms, that's meters per second. You need, for every second it takes you to get up to speed, you need that second to slow down as well. So definitely keep that in mind when you are flying, so that you do not crash into stuff. It's very easy to crash into things when flying around in your ship here. Again, just kind of taking a look around to see if we could see anything that looks suitable to us, and I am not seeing anything yet here at all that looks suitable. I want sort of flat ground, but I also, like I said, I want some snow or ice, so it's going to be kind of important to take a look at that. Now we can kind of use the right stick to kind of get ourselves to go up a little bit more, a little more lift there. And we're going to fly for a little bit here. We're going to see if we see anything that looks useful to us. And in the meantime, while we're flying, we're also going to try to not go too high. I don't want to go too high. Get back down here a little bit so that we can at least see where there's any ore as well, right? We want to make sure that we're able to see what's happening. You see the antenna on our HUD there. And we want to see if we can pick up any ore while we're flying around. That'll kind of help us determine a spot to land. I want something a little bit flat. It doesn't have to be too flat. Something definitely a little bit flatter. So you're just going to kind of go around and you're going to fly and make sure you, like I said, you see a spot that's suitable to you, and preferably where there's some ice. You can use that for your H2O2 generator, which will be extremely helpful and extremely necessary in survival mode. So you definitely need that. You definitely need to consider having that. If you find a frozen lake, those are usually typically flat, so they're nice to kind of land on and build on, but not absolutely 100% necessary. When you go up a little bit on the mountains too, you can kind of get some ice as well. So I'm going to fly around for a little bit, and I'll kind of bring you guys back in when I find something that I think looks more suitable for our purposes, and then I'll let you know. Alright, so we're back, and a little explanation here. Things are going to look slightly different because I, in the middle of recording, lost power. Everything crashed. The computer crashed, the software crashed, the Xbox crashed, and it corrupted the save file of the game, and the footage kind of cut off, but the footage did, I guess, save to a point, which you just saw before. This was me kind of taking off and flying. I had to go back and start the game all over. The save file was completely corrupted. I could not use it. It was not backed up. I could have sworn I had backups turned on. I do now, and it should auto save. However, I could not use that, so I had to start all over and kind of get us back to the point where we were at and where we were flying to take off and find a new place. That's why it's dark out right now, and why you see the ship the way it is, built the way it is. I had this originally up here, and then I moved it down here when I was doing it again, but I'm kind of back at the point where we were. We landed, we found a spot near a frozen lake, like I said I wanted to, which is nice and flat. The hills on this were pretty steep though, so I didn't want to land down there, so to speak. I could have probably landed over there that way, but I have some plans for this, and I kind of had a vision when I was looking at it, so it's not too bad. The spot that we're in, and oops, I might click down when I didn't mean to, and just kind of looking around here, like, you know, I could have gone over that way a little bit, would have been a little bit flatter out onto the lake, but I'm okay with this here. And what I'm going to do is sort of build this out and kind of have it go over the lake a little bit when we're building our base out. So I don't know, maybe we start over here a little bit better. Might be better off over here doing this, but we're going to have to dig for a whole bunch of resources, because I did not dig for a whole bunch of resources like I did the first time when I was waiting for the daylight to happen. Didn't wait for daylight this time, but it kind of just jumped into it. But I'm definitely going to need a lot more material. I had a whole bunch of material kind of stored up, and now we're going to have to kind of grind our way through it. And I'll, like I said, cut out the grindy parts where I'm digging so much. I'll show you where I start off, where I'm going to dig and stuff, but for the most part, you're not going to see me doing all the mining crap. We're just going to kind of do the building. So that being said, let's get into this now. I've been kind of rambling for about 2.5 minutes here, explaining my goof. What we're going to want to do here right away is break down the ship stuff so that we can get our O2H2 generator back online. Right, so we're not going to use the ship anymore, so we can easily go in here and start breaking things down. We can actually take this all the way down because we're not going to need any part of it, but we'll get all the materials for it, and we'll come back over here And oh, and this time I did get my hydrogen bottle, so I had it just in case. There we go. O2H2 generator back online, and that was fairly simple. Broke that down with the grinder, came over here with the welder, had the parts, and then boom, put that back together. So now this is going to be kind of broken down. We're going to cannibalize this ship for a lot of the pieces that we need to get our base rolling. We can see our landing gears there. One of them broke off in my landing. I came down a little bit too fast. As I was explaining, if you look down the bottom left, you'll see like that little speedometer type of thing where it says like the MS, it's meters per second. For every meter that you travel in speed, it takes you a second to get up to that speed. It also takes you a second to decrease that speed. So when you're decelerating, you have to be careful. I did not decelerate properly, and I broke off a landing gear, and it's back there somewhere. And I'm just not interested in going to find it, to be honest with you. I hit the ground and then bounced back up, and I wasn't paying attention. I was kind of looking, I was getting low to see if I could find any resources, but didn't find anything. So now that we have that back in place, we are going to start building our base out. I really like this ridge right here, to be honest with you, but I think we're going to move over this way a little bit more. And I think I want to build it out here. I think this is going to be kind of cool right here. So I think I could take this bush out. Can I take this bush out? Or do I have to drill it out? No, I'm going to have to drill it out. Okay. It'll go away when I start building anyway. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to need a couple of steel plates. We have a 44 on us. That's actually pretty good to start with. And we're going to need to start placing down the light armor blocks here. So these guys here, they only take steel plates. We're going to use those for our foundation to start. There are other ones here, like you have the heavy armor ones, but they require metal grids, and we can't build those until we find cobalt. And I have not found a cobalt resource. We'll probably go into that in a different video, though. And this one here, I just want to get the foundation of the base going. And again, I'm going to try to make this so that's not super, super long. But we're going to go ahead and lay down some of these armor blocks now. We're going to take that out of the queue. We're going to add just a few of these in to see if we can get those in the queue. So there we go. Free placement. I like to do the LBRT and get our gravity alignment placement. I think that gives us a little bit of a better thing there, and I want to see where we are, so we kind of want to do this here. I'm going to start back here so we have enough room to build out. We are going to build a mining platform as well, and then we're just going to have these kind of snap next to each other like that, and we're just going to build a bunch of these out. Again, you need steel melted plates on you to kind of get this rolling, and when you get close enough there, it'll snap into place, which makes things a lot easier when it snaps. There we go. So this is going to go down to the ground a little bit, and that's okay. There we go. Is that going to be wide enough? That's what I was trying to find, a little bit of a flatter area, but I think that might be wide enough for us. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we'll go out a little bit more this way on this side. We'll go put an 8th one right there. So now we got 8. And then what we're going to want to do is get up on top of this thing. And actually, maybe we can hit it from this other side. We want to start building a platform, like I said. So we're going to put 2 in from that side, and we're going to put in 2 in from that side. And that is too close together. So let's break that down. Maybe I had done it a little bit wider. Maybe I went further out, like 10 out or something, when I built my base last time. All right, so definitely don't want to go into this ground any further. So we're going to do it on this side here. Alright, so using the left stick, pressing down, getting your radial menu, and then selecting your block, you place it with the RT key. So we're going to go 8. That was 8, 9, 10. 10, and I said I want to be 2 in, right? So 2. So 1, 2 there, and then 1, 2 there. Much better. So this is going to be kind of like where the mining platform is going to go into in the middle here. And we'll build this out on both sides, quite a bit of ways. We're going to go out with this. And we can put one more on there. And it should be good to go for that. I think that should be good to go. Go out a little bit further here. I mean, we could go out a lot of it further if we really want to. We want to be sticklers, we can. There we go. And then we'll take this out a little bit. That's going to be our foundation. We're going to bring this out back one more. We may go out forwards one more too, once we get a kind of an idea of what we're doing here. But these are going to go right into the ground, so we're going to have to build up on top of that, which is probably going to be walls for us at this point. You know, it's pretty much what it's going to be, is going to be walls. So actually what we could do is we can build our tower here. We're going to need a tower. Next part is going to be placing these up somewhat. And I need more steel blocks. Look at that. We're out of steel blocks. So, whoops. Did not mean to do that. Let's drop down. Let's get that out of our... Oop. I hit that twice. Alright, so let's get that out of there. We'll go back to our ship here, and we're going to go take a look at what we have in here as far as stuff goes. We're out of steel plates, so we're definitely going to need more stuff. Production, I don't know if we can make any just yet. Looks like we're looking to make a motor there. Let's get ourselves at least 100 steel plates. We need quite a few of them, so that might not be a bad idea to get that rolling. So what we also can do here now at this point is, since we're looking to place this down, what we're going to do is we're going to build a tower up here to get our wind turbine going. I'm going to go drill for some resources right here, smack dab in the middle, where I plan on putting my mining platform to drill down. And I'll see you guys when I get enough material to start building that tower up. Alright, so we're back. We have a few more steel plates here. Kind of get this up and rolling. There should be one more up. I think we go one more up. I think that should be tall enough for our wind turbine, to be completely honest with you. Yep, that should be plenty, because we're coming off the lake there. We got plenty of room dropping down. Let's drop down for a moment. Get back on level ground. L stick down. We're going to use the stick to go on over to the wind turbine here. You can see this piece. We're going to... let's take all of this stuff out and just add the wind turbine into that. And then we're going to confirm that. There we go. There it is. We can place it up on top now. So we're going to get our jetpack going again. We'll get ourselves in pretty close. You got to get in pretty close right there. And then we can place it. Boom. So now we'll take our welder. We'll go in that and we'll hit there. So we need interior plates to get this thing rolling. We're going to need girders, construction components, motors, computer parts. We have enough already. And then plenty of interior plates. Alright, so that's going to kind of get us, keep us going for a little bit. Alright, I'm going to do more mining and drilling. And I'll bring it back when I have enough components for that. And so we set up some rocks in here. We're letting this build up the ingots for us. I wanted to come back in here quickly. You go the double square button in the middle of your controller to get back in here. You're going to RT over to your production tab. And we're going to take a look at production here. We have these interior plates that we need. We needed quite a bit of them. So if you hold down the LB button, hit the A, it'll add in 10 to the queue at a time. I know we need at least 30, so we're going to put those in there. I know we need about 24 girders as well. We had the computers. We need components. We'll grab those from here now, so we can actually grab those and bring them on over with us. We'll bring that. We needed the motor. We know we need like 8 motors, and we definitely need some interior plates to roll too. So let's go back to production. Let's drop in here and drop another 10 motors in there. It's overkill for what we need right now to get the wind turbine going, but we're going to need them further down the road as well for conveyors and stuff, and we'll get into all of that. Let's go back up to our wind turbine. Let's see what we can get accomplished here on this. So Y key, turn on the jetpack. A key to fly on up. And RT to get this thing rolling. Alright, so we definitely need the motors. That's our next step. We had enough interior plates to satisfy this thing for the moment. And then we're going to need those girders, and then motors is the next step. Perfect. So we're going to continue to do some some grinding here. Just a quickie here for you guys. You can see my stats in the bottom left there, low power, low hydrogen. Come on over to our survival kit here. We're able to get our hydrogen back up to 100, and this will slowly bring our energy back up. This is why the ship is so important right here in the beginning of the game. If you're going to kind of travel out and build a little bit, you gotta leave this intact until you get all the things that you need in your basic base. We're going to show the basic assembler and probably put an end. I put a cut in the video here, and we'll move on to the refinery and the H2, the H2 generator in the next video. But here we're going to get those couple of components that we need done, and then we'll bring it back in the next video for the other stuff that we need to really get this base off the ground, more or less. Alright guys, so we're here, and we're in a position where we're waiting for the survival kit to make some components for us there. So what I want to do is bring in and show you the basic assembler. These two pieces right here, basic assembler and your basic refinery, are going to be two of the next pieces that you really have to build here. We should have enough steel plates to put this guy down at least, and get that in here. And we want to make sure that it's facing in a way that we can access it. You can see, if you look at it from here, there's that yellowish kind of square in the middle of it. That's your access port, and there's only one of them. So you want to face it in a way that you can actually get to it. And this is definitely the way to get to it right there. You want to leave that open because you're going to need to get into there. You're also going to have to plop your refinery in front of it in order to kind of get things rolling for you. You'll be able to access the basic assembler from outside that refinery, and I'll show you that when we get to that point. But we're going to place this right now. Boom, there we go. And we only need one of those. We'll get into more advanced stuff later on as far as these pieces go. But that's your basic assembler, and let's go here and let's see what we can get. And yeah, we're going to have to get those steel plates in here. We need, a lot of them, about 80 total, but we need 60 to kind of get this thing operational, so it's going to be important. So motors, which we know we need, and then the construction components, and then computers, a lot of computers for the basic assembler. So, alright, so we're going to fly on up here, and we should have enough components to finish off our wind turbine and get this operational. So we'll need another 15 interior plates to completely finish it off. But there we go. It's up and running. So it's working, folks. There it is. And you have your first piece. Now this produces power for you. You can see the little green light at the top, which means that it's producing power. And as long as you have these placed here, you will generate power even to the basic assembler once it's put together. It'll be functional. And we need steel plates for this bad boy. So let's get that rolling, and we'll bring it back and we'll get that. But yeah, that's huge right there. We got power. That's the first step. Alright, so we're back in. I got some stuff cooking up in the survival kit there, but we're going to go ahead and start cannibalizing some of the ship here. You can go ahead and do this, I mean, pretty much almost right away. You can start pulling pieces off of here. This will help tremendously in getting things rolling, right? We don't need this remote control anymore. We're going to build a whole new ship once we get the base up and running, for sure. So we can get like the computers out of that, which is huge. So the only thing you really want to kind of keep intact would really be the O2H2 generator and the survival kit until you have that stuff running on your base here, or your platform. Those are the first things you're going to do. But just like I said, grabbing this stuff here is huge. I mean, this is going to give you a lot to kind of get you going. Just don't break down the main stuff, the battery, that O2H2, and then the survival kit, but you can take apart these thrusters that you built and everything, right? We don't need these any longer. And they have some valuable material in them. So just kind of go through and take them down. Grab all that goodness. You could probably do it until your inventory's full, but you'll be able to come on over with all of that material and then kind of go into here and see what you can add into it, right? So we finish off our construction components. We got pretty much all the steel plates that we need. Just about 17 more, it says. We have a long way to go on computers. We definitely need displays. Those we're going to have to produce because I don't think there's anything in here that we can break down that's going to give us displays other than the survival kit, and we don't want to give up that display. Not yet. Alright, so we're back and we have an exciting moment here. We should have enough components to finish off our basic assembler. We'll take a quick look at our inventory here. 59 computers that we have, and that should be enough to get this bad boy done. Yep, we need about 30. We need exactly 30. We definitely need more steel plates, but again, all we need to do is that, and we're up and running. We don't have to get this to 100%, right? It's at 79. It's functional. The steel plates finish it off to make it 100%, but this is functional. Now we can go in here and we can start doing stuff. It's got a lot more room. If you look at the over here, at the top of this bar here, you'll see 2,000 liters, right? So it holds a lot more as far as weight goes and how much material it's going to use. We can now realistically stop using the survival kit here. Like, we could take all of the stuff out of here, move it on over to that, and it would be fine to do so. Like, we could take all this and put it in there, put our stone in there going forward now. We could definitely do all of that. We'll grab the nickel that's here, because there's a lot of nickel. Well, not a lot of nickel, but enough nickel. Some nickel. And, yeah, we'll move all that stuff over to there. The silicone we need. We'll put it in the basic assembler, and that's going to kind of do it for this one, folks. Thank you for coming and checking this out. Leave a like for the video. If you're new, consider subscribing. Get more of the noob guide for the Xbox version of Space Engineers. If there's something you'd like to see in these videos, please let me know in the comments down below. Why can't I put rocks in there? Oh, because we need the refinery for the rocks. Haha. So we'll have to use the survival kit for the refining of the rocks into ingots for the time being, until we get that basic refinery built, which is going to be next, actually. That is our next component right there. I don't think I have the steel plates to place it right now. Nope, I do not. So it's something we're going to have to take a look at. But you can see the basic refinery. If you take a look at this, there's one opening there and a second opening there. One gets placed against the basic assembler, and the other one's for you to access and eventually put conveyors into it as well, when you're bringing material in from our mining platform, which is going to go down into that hole to keep us going too. So anyway, again, like I said, thank you. Leave your comments below if you'd like to see something specifically. Let me know, and I'll try to work it into a video. But next time around, we're going to come in here, we're going to work on some batteries for the base, and we're going to also work on the basic assembler and then the O2H2 generator. That's it, guys. See you in the next one, and bye-bye.